Welcome to Vizela, land of hospitable people, land that makes you feel at home, land of stories and legends, land of noblemen, poets and writers. Vizela was born by the riverbanks which make it unique. It grew and became a city, always with the epithets of Queen of the Spa of Portugal. Among the stories that make the history of Portugal and of the world, Vizela is a reference because it was in this city, specifically in Tagilde, that the Treaty of Tagilde was signed between Portugal and England, which lasts to this day, making it the oldest Atlantic alliance in the world. Located in the Ave Valley, Vizela has about 25,000 inhabitants, spread throughout the 7 districts, totaling 24 square kilometers of territory, just 45 minutes away from the Francisco Sá Carneiro Airport and from the big city of Oporto, and less than 15 minutes away from great cities like Guimarães, the cradle of the Portuguese nationality, UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the European Capital of Culture in 2012. Vizela has long been chosen by thousands of tourists as a place to rest and to find delight in the thermal waters not found anywhere else in the world. Flipping through the pages of the book which tells the story of this town, there are many chapters referring to the thermal park, which was created between 1884 and 1886 and which became the Lunga Vizela, a place that invites you to practice outdoor sports, to socialize and to promote festivities and traditions. This is where the Professor Mário Muniz Pereira running track and one of the best Peter and mini golf courses of Europe were built. This sport, which originated in Vizela 40 years ago, has made many champions throughout the world. In 2012, Vizela will be the stage of an international competition. The Saint Bento das Pedras mountain is one of Vizela's ex-libris. Mixing sacred and pagan, every year on the 11th of July, thousands of people follow the pilgrimage to the patron saint who was born in Nursia, Italy in 480. From a noble lineage, he studied in Rome and decided to seek refuge in a mountain, and his fame spread around the world. There's a legend that says that Saint Bento hears every prayer. In fact, it was because of him that the Treaty of Tagilde was signed in Tagilde and not somewhere else, which in fact would raise legitimate questions as to the pertinence of the designation of the treaty as Tagilde. At the time, King Fernando's wife, Queen Leonor, was staying in these lands with the purpose of fulfilling a promise she had made to Saint Bento. That's why the troops of the Duke of Lancaster came to such whereabouts in order to sign the document. The Mount of Senhora da Tocha is another place of faith in the county. Several centuries ago, a hermitage was built which was later replaced by today's chapel of Nossa Senhora da Tocha. According to history, this chapel receives a particular devotion from women giving birth and also attracts whoever wishes to enjoy the beautiful landscape of the Vizela Valley. In a region where centuries-old traditions and the Catholic religion prevail, the Old Church of St. Miguel is one of the oldest in Braga's archdiocese and is classified as a building of county interest. A noble land, Vizela still preserves an outstanding historic and architectonic legacy. The House of Sá is mentioned in King Denice's inquiries of 1307, a place which is connected to some relevant moments in the history of Portugal, linked to important Portuguese writers and poets such as Camilo Castelo Branco and José Régio. Some other relevant personalities, like Francisco Joaquim Moreira de Sá, were born and raised there. He was responsible for the creation of the first vegetable paper factory in Europe in the Quinta of Cascalheira. Also connected to King Denice's time, the Guimarães Palace, nowadays a charm hotel and a building of public interest, displays a coat of arms that derives from the Vasconcelos branch from the famous knight Magriço, sung in the Luís de Camões epic poetry. The Roman Bridge is another relevant piece of man-built heritage. Dating from the Roman period, it was part of the Roman road that linked the towns of Braga and Mérida. Vizela has always been known as much for its inhabitants' hospitality as for its gastronomy. The slow food concept prevails, and several restaurants stand out for the quality, originality, and tradition of their delicacies. Concerning sweets, the bolinhol, or pão de ló coberto, is the most famous gastronomic speciality in Vizela, which has received several awards. It even has a brotherhood with its name, in which several personalities solemnly swore to divulge this marvelous sweet. The creator of the recipe, which is passed on from generation to generation, was a native named Joaquina da Silva Ferreira. Adding to the unique gastronomy and sweets, there is the wine produced in the demarcated region of the Vinho Verde. In the parish of Saint Adrião of Vizela, lands of vineyards, cornfields and wooded hills, the Casalinho Cellars are the oldest wine company in the county that was transformed into a modern unit producing and exporting several wines that are for sale worldwide. Betting strongly on tourism, Vizela is getting set for undertaking major public works in the near future. New hotels, modernization of the main road accesses to the town, a new river beach, and new sports infrastructures are the main priorities. With a major concern for the environment, the approval of the Local Agenda 21 will outline a new perspective of sustained and sustainable construction for the county, where agriculture, bioagriculture, handcraft, enogastronomy, culture and the centuries-old traditions make Vizela an increasingly national and international reference. Vizela, built by noblemen, poets and writers, inhabited by hospitable people, built to make you feel at home, where time goes by slowly.